Sixth grade is not as hard as it might seem. If you can get your lock open, once you get the hang of it, it's really simple. The first week of school, they give you a break if you're late.
Anyone can be in the musical in sixth grade.
You get used to eating lunch in 20 minutes.
Don't worry about getting lost, but teachers will help you.
You do normal activities in art like using clay and coloring.
You can bring a treat for your birthday, but you don't have to.
We have gym every other day. You take your clothes home to wash them every once in a while.
3 minutes is definitely long enough to pass between classes. If you are late, you have to get a tardy pass from the Student Center.
If you want to stay out of trouble in sixth grade, listen to your teachers and be respectful.
You cannot play tackle football unless you are signed up through PACE.
You might get spelling words depending on your teachers.
School starts at 7:45 and ends at 2:58.
7th and 8th graders have their own classes. Sometimes if you are higher than high math, you will go with 7th graders.
You only go to the library every once in a while with your homeroom, but you can go during your own team study.
You're probably wondering why I'm bouncing up and down right now. Well, in some of your classes, you may sit on an exercise ball if you are not disrupting class.
You might be wondering if it's hard getting to know so many new kids. Most kids are nice, and you will make some new friends.
One fun thing that some of the teachers do in your class is get a trucker buddy. Your class will write letters to your buddy, and the buddy will write back. In the past years, if your trucker buddy is in town, the whole class will get to meet him or her and look at the truck. I really enjoyed having a trucker buddy.
You may bring a snack in for team study, or you may buy a snack at Mr. Diefenthaler's store.
This is Mr. D's store.
I'm buying something. I think it's
All money goes back to the sixth grade.
Lunch and recess are during 6th hour, which is 11:50 to 12:30. 20 minutes are for recess and 20 minutes are to eat. You get an infraction worth 3 to 5 points, depending on what rule you broke. The day you get the infraction, your parents get a call and have to sign the infraction slip. The next day, during lunch and recess, you go to the detention room.
You do get field trips and incentives. An example for a field trip is Bonchers, which was said to be very fun, and an example for an incentive is watching movies, parties, or dodgeball.
In sixth grade classes, we have about 27 students.
The homework is easy if you pay attention.
You take exploratory French and Spanish for 1 trimester. It's nothing hardcore or anything, but it gives you the chance to try it out.
What happens if your locker won't open? A teacher will help you open your locker. Then you will get used to opening your locker.
Yes, we have Friday fun nights about once a month. They have Wii set up, dodgeball, and snacks to buy. You need your ID to get in.
We did so many experiments, I can't name them all.
You can bring electronics to school, but don't go crying to the teachers if it gets stolen.
Drinks in the classroom are not allowed except for water. In sixth grade, if you don't get your homework done, you get a late slip, or the teacher puts down a 0 on your grade.
There are 9 classes that last from 40 minutes to 45 minutes. You do not get to pick any of your classmates.
We don't have assigned seats in lunch, but we do have assigned seats in class.
Band is a challenge, but it is fun.
You can have a cell phone at school as long as you have a signed permission slip and you have it turned off during school hours.
Yes, sometimes you do your homework on the computer, and you have to buy your own flash drive.
Yes, you can get detention. It is about 40 to 42 minutes long, and it is during your lunch and recess.
I learned how to solve equations in math.
What I learned in 6th grade, that during science, I learned a lot more about the respiratory system.
I learned how to multiply fractions in math.
This year in math, I've learned about ratios.
I learned that volcanoes are good for the environment.
What I learned this year is that you get to learn Spanish, and now I'm really good with that.
I learned how the human body works.
I learned how to solve proportions in math class.
In science, I learned how your heart works.
In 6th grade, I learned how to speak my ABCs in French.
In 6th grade, I learned how to find the areas of circles.
I learned about different kinds of clocks in science.
I learned the Greek gods and goddesses.
What I learned this year is I learned how to solfege notes in choir.
And one thing I learned in 6th grade is about volcanoes. And one thing I want to learn is about the solar system.
In 6th grade, I learned about Spartans and Athenians.
In gym class, they teach you how to breathe so you can run better while you're running in gym.
In 6th grade, I learned about the digestive system.
I learned a lot about writing and how to make it better.
This year, I learned that Los Angeles will be in Alaska in 50 million years.
I learned that middle school is a lot of fun and you don't get loads of homework. I also learned that almost everybody is nice to you if you're nice to them.
I learned that 6th grade is mostly about finding friends that will stay your friend throughout the entire year. I also learned that you have to be yourself, not just at the end of the year, but throughout the year, even the beginning.
What I've learned about myself is that I never knew I could work this hard. I always thought it would be impossible, but it's not. And that's what's really cool. So I give myself credit for accomplishing my goal.
I learned don't swear at someone if they did something bad to you or someone else. Just find an older person to stop it.
I learned this year that you can make friends by just being who you are.
I learned to treat others the way you want to be treated.
I learned that getting around the school without getting lost is easy.
I found out that I'm not afraid to speak in front of the class.
This year, what I learned about myself is that if I worked really hard, I could reach my goals and do even better.
I learned that taking band and choir is apparently not cool. I'm going to take both classes next year, though, because I think it's fun.
This year, I've learned about friends. Friends really do mean a lot. They show who you are or what kind of person you are.
I learned that using bad language once in a while isn't funny.
This year, I learned that I am smarter than I think I am. I thought I was dumb because I didn't understand anything to do with math, but I did great.
I learned that making a friend is important because if you don't have a friend, you are not happy with yourself. And if you can get a friend, make sure you take advantage of that.
It's violent!
Just kidding. No, this doesn't happen. No. Come on, lady. This doesn't happen in middle school. You won't get shoved into a locker.